Welcome back to Fast Track. I'm JD Schomburg.
And I'm Sarah Haynes. The number of flu cases here at Purdue University has spiked once again in recent weeks after leveling off in early October. Eric Sorrell was briefed by Purdue spokesperson Gene Nornberg and files this report.
The week in the H1N1 developments here at Purdue University include the campus's first distributions of the new vaccine now offered at the Purdue Student Health Center.
Or they can go to their own health provider because doctors in the community also have them. So some people are going to their own provider, some people can come here.
Purdue received its first doses of vaccine on October 28th from the Tippecanoe County Health Department. In a matter of nearly 2 hours, the first 140 H1N1 vaccinations offered by PUSH had already been administered to those falling into high-risk categories, which includes healthcare providers and emergency workers. But those with pre-existing health conditions, as well as pregnant women, infants, young children, the elderly, and even college students 25 years of age and younger are vulnerable.
Now, the priority groups will change over time. And because as more becomes available and more people have been inoculated, obviously that will change. But week to week, we're being told who the priority groups are by our Tippecanoe County Health Department.
Call the urgent care unit at PUSH for H1N1 vaccine availability. The number is 765-494-1724. The vaccine is free of charge for Purdue students, but the amount will vary week to week depending on the number of doses distributed by the county. More vaccine will be available once health officials care for priority cases.
Now globally, since August 30th, we've had 559 influenza-type illness cases here at Purdue. Of those, we've sent 89 samples to the state. 51 of those have come back positive, and the rest were negative or yet to be determined. So you can see that not everyone who has the flu actually has H1N1.
For 24-hour-day information on the H1N1 influenza virus and the vaccine now offered here at Purdue University, log on to the Purdue News Service website. I'm Eric Sorrell reporting for Fast Track.
An unexpected shortage of the seasonal flu vaccine has caused rescheduling of upcoming flu shot events on campus. Those who have already scheduled appointments do not have to reschedule. Here are those new dates and locations. The event that was scheduled for October 27th will now be held on November 18th in Freehafer Hall, rooms 1-1 and 1-2. The October 28th event will take place on November 12th in Stewart Center, room 302. And the November 3rd retire-only event has been rescheduled for November 23rd at Kurtz Purdue Technology Center. For a list of updated dates, the Purdue News Service website below to register for your appointment.
We will now take a look at the first installment of a series about the different ways Purdue students are making a difference.
Being on Purdue Student Government, holding the Vice President position allows me to be the Vice President of Senate is my President of Senate, that's my main responsibility. So with that, we kind of oversee all the legislation that gets passed, and our job on student government is to be the student voice to the administrators.
Miss Purdue is actually a part of the Miss America organization, which is the largest scholarship foundation for women in the world. So that alone provides women with scholarships so they're able to excel and get an education from Purdue.
There are certain issues that I am really passionate about, and I think that you have to have that passion in anything you do to be able to make a difference on this campus.
I like to help raise money for Purdue for the different schools, but also helping other women like myself get the chance to earn scholarship money and practice professional interview skills and be able to advocate their platform and build their own place in the world by standing for something and being an advocate for it and making it happen.
Stand by.
For information on how you can make a difference, visit the Boiler Make a Difference website.
And now let's take a look at the national weather.
Hello everyone, I'm Shadia Sanders with your national outlook for this week. A few things we want to touch on. First, our hotspot of the week, Secondly, we're going to look at our jet stream and learn a few things about it, why it happens, what effects it has on us. And then we're going to take a look at your weekend weather, what's going to happen for Halloween and your start of November. So let's take a look at that hotspot of the week. This week, it is Colorado's Front Range, USA. They have had 2.5 feet of snow since Wednesday. That's a lot of precipitation, and it's not even November yet. So they've got a long winter ahead of them, and it's looking like they're going to be hitting a lot of precipitation. Now, let's think about why that would be happening. We'll take a look at our jet stream and what current things are happening. We've got a lot of cold air coming down from Canada, as it usually does, and with the jet stream moving, making that big dip down with that cold air, coming out to the east, you've got warm air from the south mixing up with that cold air from Canada. When the two mix together like that, you're going to have a lot of precipitation and you're going to have some storms coming along. Now, what the jet stream is normally doing is similar to how it is now. You've got that cold air coming down from Canada and you've got precipitation usually on either side. Now, up in the northwestern parts of the United States and up in Alaska, you've got a lot of precipitation. They've already got some snow coming, and it's all because of the jet stream and how it normally goes. So everything is pretty much normal, but there are some storms that do come along as an effect of the jet stream and that cold air coming down from Canada. Now, to take a look at your weekend, here's what you can expect for Saturday. Temperatures up in the north central regions of the United States in the 50s. It gets warmer as you move farther south and farther out into the coast. Onto the coast, you can see the southeast is looking pretty warm, as well as the southwest, and those temperatures are going to be near the 80s. In the middle, you get a little bit cooler, 60s, 70s, and then as you move farther up north, you're in the 50s. Now, some of those conditions, what they're going to be experiencing is you've got this large pressure system out in the west. It's a high pressure system, so things are going to be pretty clear, and they're not going to have too much to worry about. But here in the Midwest, there's this nice long cold front there, and it's bringing some precipitation right along that line, and that's what's going to be happening there. Now, for the evening, the wind chills are going to have an effect on your Halloween trick-or-treating. Over in the southeast, they're not experiencing too much wind, but it's a completely different story out in the west. In that general western area where you had that high pressure system before, you see it's very cool air there, so they're going to have to bundle up in their Halloween costumes. But out in the Midwest, it's not too bad. You're going to have to wear some long sleeves, but the wind chills are going to make it feel a little bit cooler than it normally would. Now, for your start of November, a few hot spots that we're going to look at: Los Angeles, Louisville, and Miami. Those temperatures are ranging quite a bit. Miami and Los Angeles in the 80s, Miami 86, nice and sunny out there, but you have to be careful of those thunderstorms that they're used to. Louisville, Kentucky, 57 degrees is the high, and Albany, New York, 48 degrees. So it's a bit cooler up in the north. And for lows on Sunday, for your first days of November, very similar temperatures. It's going to be cooler just as it is at night. Louisville, 40 degrees is the nighttime low. Miami, 75 is the low, so it's going to be really nice if you're heading out there. Albany, New York, 36, close to freezing, not quite. And then over in the West Coast, you've got those warmer temperatures. Los Angeles, 57, a bit cool for them, but I'm sure they'll be all right. That's all you've got for your National Outlook. I'm Shadia Sanders. Back to the studio.
When we come back, we'll get an interesting opinion on the social networking site Twitter.
And get the highlights from Purdue's football victory over Illinois. Stay with us.